All right, everybody, there you go. Welcome to Alumni Hall on the campus of Providence College. I'm Lee Elsey, sitting, actually standing at the moment. To my right is my good friend Chuck Potter. Chuck, good morning. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Chuck and the Fat Man.
How you doing, man? What's going on?
Doing great, man. This is going to be a good one.
Now, listen, we came all the way up here to Providence College. It's less than a capacity crowd, but it should be an exciting game. Me personally, I was expecting a few more fans here because obviously Chris Dunn, this is where he's going to be playing basketball for at least the next couple of years. And I thought there'd be a lot more of a fan presence from New London, but I'm a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I thought there would be more Providence people here. I thought people who go to the school want to see what's coming in next year and would get a chance to see this guy play. Maybe they just want to wait and see what they're getting.
Gotcha. All right, well, we're about to start this up. Again, New London, the Whalers, of course, taking on the Kilties. I guess, Kilters?
Kilties.
Kilty. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to Google that.
All right, here we go. We're about to start this up. The tip is controlled. We got an early whistle. And it'll be going the way of the Kilties.
I think we had an over-aggressive jump ball there. Is that what's happened there? Malcolm Simmons went up and kind of, before it got to its peak.
I guess that it happens. When we get over-aggressive, you're a little excited. A big game here, again, at the home of the Providence Friars. The Kilties take it up, and we're waiting on the Kilties roster. We'll get that set, and we'll make that move for you as we move forward here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Kilties with the basketball, top of the key. Double team by New London, aggressive defense for New London, and New London will actually keep it on an early turnover.
Looked like it was going to be a stolen ball, but he reached in and got a little piece of it when the man turned his back on him. Pretty good, actually, avoidance.
Henton, who runs the show for the most part for the Whalers, brings it up over the timeline as we're set here. Out to the wing, Dunn again. Whelan tries to make a bounce pass, kicked away, of course. Last game, Chuck, Dunn broke the record.
Well, interesting start right here, Lee. They're working the ball around the circle there, and Dunn's looking for somebody on the inside. We always expect him to take that ball to the hole. He did not. And then an errant pass to follow up on that. And the Kilties come back down court with the ball.
Unforced error, a couple of unforced errors so far here in this game early. As we're working on, again, we're getting the rosters all set up between both teams.
Kip Stewart runs the point for these guys, number 2.
He's got the basketball, again, guarded by Doug Henton of the Whalers.
He's built like a Kip. You know, that diminutive size and that little speedy movement.
All right, so far, Chuck, not an offensive explosion. Just to keep you guys up to date, 15 minutes and 9 seconds to go. We're going to play two 18-minute halves, do it college style. Dunn brings it up. Kick out to Henton, who slows it down again. No points have been scored so far. A long three from Dunn, and we got the first 3 points of the basketball game.
Increases his high school scoring record for the Whalers, as a matter of fact. Done deal is what the headline said.
The Kits back up. Good move in the paint, won't go. Rebound is tipped in by number 12 from Mount Pleasant, Joseph Putin. New London the other way. Another, not a very good pass again by Dunn. This one's batted away, able to stay New London's basketball.
I looked down on my numbers were crossed out. I got a little nervous there. I thought everybody quit the team.
Dunn with the basketball, guarded, as you can imagine, by 2 guys. Good pass this time to Porter, and that one's up and good.
Fights his way inside and then dishes off on the inside. Last time they played, I said he needed an inside passing game to improve. There's an improvement.
Tough shot, got an offensive foul.
That's going back down court.
So back the other way towards the Whalers it goes. And again, 5-2 so far, 14-16 to go here in the first half.
It was Dunn that drew that offensive foul. Kilty's picking up full court. That's kind of a surprise. And it's worked twice now. New London's thrown that ball away.
Tough pass by, again, another tough pass by Dunn. This one batted away, and again, an unforced error goes the way of the Kilties.
We might be having a little trouble keeping that score on the scoreboard as you see it on your computer, so hang in there. We're going to fix that.
Kip Stewart brings it up. He's guarded again by Henton, top of the key. Gets right by Henton pretty easy. Goes right to the basket, and easy, too.
He went by Henton, and he went by a couple of other people inside as well. I'm not sure that the Whalers going to tolerate that for long. It's a 5-4 ball game here with the Whalers bringing the ball up court.
All right, Dunn crosses the timeline. Pressure, a little pressure. Dunn's already made the three-pointer, makes a tough move, tough shot, and it goes.
He does that little double skip step, and you get off balance on defense, and he takes you to the hole every time. New London's trapping full court this time. Let's see how that works out. Well, now they back off now.
All right, Kilty over the timeline. pressure again by Doug Henton. We haven't called many names from the Kilties so far. That's a good pass underneath, but no shot. Long three-pointer goes up and no good. It rattles off the line. Tough rebound.
Wow, what a nice rebound.
The second try, and he's fouled this time. Looks like he's fouled. Could either be done. It's actually number 22 for the Whalers. That'll be Malcolm Simmons with the foul. 2 shots will be taken by Dale Zadamund. Welcome again to Alumni Hall. Peter Wappy manning the cameras. 13:08 to go here in the first half. And an early 7-5 lead. In Rhode Island, they play the 2 halves instead of the 4 quarters. So a couple of halves of basketball coming at you.
Is that why we encountered that rule here? I wasn't sure if that was it or if it was just these interstate games.
Rhode Island usually plays the halftime rule, so there you go.
Zamu Dale.
Second
this
one
is the second free throw.
No good. The rebound is almost slammed in but missed. Dunn brings it down. He gets it stripped away, but gets it right back and up and good. And Dunn's already got 7.
I think he gave him this chance to take, to take the game into his own hands. Dunn's the only Whaler who has scored, or was there one other basket scored?
Porter has a basket as well.
Porter scored a basket as well.
Bad pass out bounds. Rebound actually gotten by John Selden, Chris Dunn's dad. That's an easy errant pass. And it'll go the Illinois Whalers' way.
I'll tell you what, they're playing like a bakery now, Lee. A lot of turnovers.
I was waiting. I was waiting for the punchline on that one.
Well, that's the strategy, and you have to set up for the punchline. The Kilties call a timeout here. It's a little sloppy. It's 9-5 ball game, a little sloppy. You got to think the Whalers arrived a little bit late. I think they didn't get out here to warm up until about 12 minutes on the pregame clock. So it's probably take them a little while to shake out their cobwebs. But I get the feeling that when they do, quite honestly, I think they're going to run by these guys a little bit. The Kilties are a pretty nice ball club over here, and they seem to have some speed too. But I think New London, when they get control of this game, you'll see this lead kind of stretch out, bit by bit, and it'll increase. And as the crowd increases, maybe people didn't know what time the game was, but they're starting to show up. They're starting to show up. They saw buses on campus and said, "Let's go find out why they're there."
Well, it's the first time I've ever been on Providence College's campus, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a little while because we actually got lost. But Dunn brings it up. He crosses midcourt. Again, he's covered by 2. Stolen away this time.
Give me back my ball.
Right to the hole goes number 3 for the Kilties. And
take it away, take it down court, and take it to the hole. That's what the Kilties did.
Dale Zuman. I guess we're going to say, I guess we're going to call that Zadamund, I guess. Zamud, is that what we're going to go with?
Zamud Dale. Dale is the last name. Never failed Dale.
Inside, nice pass.
Excellent pass.
Batted away, going to stay in the London basketball.
No foul call. Then Hinton got slapped around a little bit under the basket. No, the ref didn't call anything but his deer on salad.
Dunn takes it out into Porter. Porter kicks out. Long three-pointer. That is in and it goes after a little shooter's touch.
Ugly form. He never left the ground on that. And he hit it. Was that a 3?
Khalid Fields. I think they gave him credit for 3 on that one. As he tries to go for a steal, it's batted out of bounds, and the Kilties will keep the basketball.
New London's brought Mr. Crespo into the game. I believe that is number 15. Nova Crespo gets some early playing time here in the first half. 12 minutes to go in the first half. Kilties taking it out of bounds.
Kip Stewart is the point guard for the Kilties. Covered now by Drummond. Double teamed. Almost a steal, and it is a steal. And yes. Porter, this is showtime.
Booyah! Don't tell Stewart I said it. What's his name? Stewart? Yeah. We'll never say booyah again. But it was nice.
Kilties with the basketball. Again, 14-7, Whaler lead. 11 and change to go in the first half. Running shot, no good. Rebound tipped away. Still Kilties basketball, air ball. And that'll go up in another bad shot. This time a rebound goes to Porter.
Kilties 0 for 3 before Porter fights that rebound out. And then Nova Crespo loses it underneath. The Kilties get another shot at it. Wow.
We got a foul this time. I believe this one is on Chris Dunn. Excuse me, it's number 21 will pick up the foul for the Whalers, Keith Porter. Again, we got to watch the foul trouble for Chris Dunn. It's one of his biggest Achilles heels is getting into early foul trouble.
Charlie Holloway calls over his point guard, has a couple of words of wisdom for him. He's got a good point guard there. This kid, Kip Stewart, man, I'm impressed.
Puto hits the first one. 14-8, 11:22 to go first half here in Alumni Hall, Providence College campus.
decked out with banners of victories for these Providence College Friars.
Well, I'll tell you, Chuck, you get the feel of the Big East when you walk in here. Obviously, they are a Big East team, but it's a lot smaller than I anticipated.
Oh, I was going to say, I get the feel of the Little East when I see it. It's a little, it's a small gym, but it's I guess cozy is the word.
All right, Dunn will be going here next year with the basketball now, top of the key. Driving in, wheeling around, nice shot, tough shot, won't go, gets his own rebound, and he wanted to get the foul, but he wasn't fouled, and New London Wales will keep it.
It wasn't called. Excellent drive to the hole that time, though. He got the ball back for the second time, had it taken away, and got it back.
Dunn kicks it all the way out. Doug Henton dribbles with the left hand, takes a long three. Henton off the mark, rebound goes to Dunn. He muscles it down, goes back inside, makes another tough shot. That won't go. And the rebound goes all the way back to Doug Henton, who's going to get the foul and go to the line.
I don't know what the referee was calling there, but I think he called the foul almost to protect the man who was laying on the floor under the basket while 2 or 3 guys are jumping around in there. But the Whalers will be going to the line. Henton's going to shoot a couple here.
Now, last time, Chuck, me and you did a game, it was also in Rhode Island, and New London, both sides actually had a horrible time shooting free throws. It was a little better last game, but here we go again as Henton misses the first of 2.
Well, they had trouble with layups that night also. Maybe they can improve upon one of the 2.
Well, they get the second one, so
Henton hits the second.
50-50, I guess. Can we take that for a free throw? I don't think so.
Okay, we're looking at a 6-point lead now, Lee. I'm keeping an eye on this thing because I think it's going to stretch out here. Coach Connor doesn't want that to happen, and neither does Kip Stewart. He and Henton battling up top.
Stewart, quick. He's definitely quick. Fouled out front. That's a ticky-tack foul in my estimation, but he picks one up anyway.
Maybe, but that's the goal here. I think that the coach said, you know what, let's get this point guard in some foul trouble and make them make number 3 handle the ball. That way it's going to alter the Whaler defense or offense.
All right. The Whalers are coming out man-to-man. Kip Stewart, again, kicks it out. Burkford looked for 3 and passed it up. This time he thought he was going to take it, changed his mind.
Can't get away from that scrappy Whaler defense everywhere you look.
Stewart does take a long 3, gets nothing but air. Rebound pulled down by Nova Crespo. New London goes the other way.
That was a long, unattractive 3. You got a reach in there on the point guard. Sorry, Kip.
And Chris Dunn again got one knocked away, but the foul will be called on number 2, Kip Stewart. And the fouls are both at 3-3. 10-16 to go here. We played just shy of 8 minutes, 15-9, the Whalers with an early lead. Dunn again, who broke the record last game, Tyson Wheeler's all-time New London Whaler record. Bad pass inside. That one's kicked around, kicked away, and it'll go the Kilties' way.
On a debate there, Lee, I think it was a good pass inside. I think Crespo wasn't aware of where he was supposed to slide down. The pass meets him in the middle. He's wide open there. He had to go in there and recover a ball that he was late getting to.
The Kilties will take it out on their own end.
Some confusion on the side. They're looking for a sub here, and he's not in the game. You can't do this with 4 against New London, fellas.
Well, I got a second. MJ Sullivan Connect is a GM leader. Save up to $13,000 and rates as low as 0% on all GM vehicles. Visit them online at mjsullivan.com. 0%, can't beat that, Chuck.
Yes, you can.
Stewart.
Pay me to take it.
Out to Burkford, and
Loose
that's
ball.
lost. Picked up by Henton. Henton tries to go, well, he gets it stolen away before he gets a chance to take a shot, and it'll stay New London's basketball.
We almost had a chance to see if Henton could throw one down. He's got some leaping ability. It would have been exciting on a breakaway, but wasn't to be.
No question, all these New London guys got serious physical ability. Long pass out to Dunn. Thought about a 3, changed his mind. Back out he goes. The Kilties in a 2-3 zone.
They might be among one of the fastest teams the Whalers have played.
3-point shot, no good. Big rebound by Dunn. It won't go. It's batted away. It's actually blocked. Rebound's going to go to Crespo. He gets it knocked away. He comes back. This could be showtime. A tough pass by Henton goes off Dunn's hands, and it'll go to the Kilties for the basketball.
Showtime becomes no time. Nobody was ready to catch a pass on the inside. Good look by Henton to no avail, and the Kilties will bring it in.
You know, Chuck, we've had some decent plays, but it's been somewhat of a slow-moving game so far.
Well, I don't know. They're high school.
Yeah, well,
they're high school.
We got certainly a Division I player, and people are putting him in NBA sneakers, playing out here as well.
High school.
Well,
today. Right. Today.
Oh, that's a tough pass. No, how do you not call something on that? Stolen away. Reverse layup is no good. Rebound by number 21 for the Kilties. 21 is Edward Cooper, and he gets the basket to go.
Not sure what you want to call there because Crestpool did a great job of stepping in and fighting to catch that pass. And it was a little bit of a battle like a receiver and a D-back.
Khalid Fields passes up the three out to Porter. Porter dribbles in the paint. Running one-hander won't go. Gets his own rebound. Back up he goes. We saw some pushing and shoving, and then we could hear some skin from all the way up here, Chuck, as Porter will go to the line and shoot two.
Sounds like a little bit of a smack attack inside there. I'm surprised Crespo's not coming out of this game. He's always waiting on the sub after the first shot.
Once again, we got primetime seats here as Peter Wappy has set us up in the perfect location. Porter dribbles a few times. Shot is up and good.
Whalers stretched their lead just a little bit. Crespo does come out of the game and is replaced by Sam Miranda.
Second shot by Porter is good, and Lennon extends its lead to 17-11.
Trying to find their man-to-man pickup here, the Whalers do. They're trying to shut this team down early, and they're struggling with it. This team is fast and competitive.
Outside to our boy, kicks it back inside. Tough running shot. That'll go. Number 21 again, Edward Cooper makes a couple of tough baskets so far in the early goings of this game. Dunn brings it up. Thought he had the first guy to miss, and the fans of the Kilties not going to be happy with that call.
I don't know what year Kip Stewart is, but I tell you what, this kid, he has hands, he has feet, he's fast. He's a good ball player.
You know, it's interesting. Half and half, pretty much half the time, Dunn brings it up. The other half, it's brought up by Henton. And again, usually when Dunn gets it, it means he wants to take a shot.
Right, right. Except to open up the game, he didn't do that. Kind of broke up our thought process there, but he has it again at the top of the key.
Dunn working inside. He gets it stripped again. This time, no foul call. Rebound goes kicked outside to Porter. Porter takes a three. That's short. Rebound goes to the Kilties, and off they go. Stewart gets it stolen by Dunn, and we could have one of these slam attacks.
This is going to be no basket, intentional foul, 2 free throws, Whaler basketball. Stewart just grabbed his jersey and hoped that he could keep him low enough not to throw the ball down, and he failed at that.
I'm going to tell you something too, Chuck. If my math is correct, I think that's Stewart's third foul. It's at least his second. It's been his second in the last 10 seconds. And I'll tell you, that's a kid I don't think the Kilties can afford to lose. He's running everything for them.
And I think they're going to be running cold when he comes out of this game after this first free throw. I'm not sure the foul total on him. I don't know if we're going to see it on the board.
Well, we'll get an idea. If he stays in the game, he's probably only got 2. If he comes out, he's probably got 3.
But as you can see, Dunn is going to the line and shooting technical fouls, technical free throws here with 7:54 left in the first half.
First one is no good. I would say a crowd of about 1,000 begins to fill up this arena or this gymnasium little by little. So we'll get a better look at some of the folks from the Providence area. Second shot is up, and that is also no good.
The one thing you can't find in this gymnasium is Twizzlers, and that's disconcerting.
You got to have a good Twizzler for a game.
Or a bottle of water.
Well, I had a bottle of water, but see, you're out of luck because you didn't bring your wife here. See, that's the problem.
Wow. Well, Whalers bringing the ball
I'll
in.
share my water with you, Chuck.
Thank you.
You're dying of thirst.
I thought you were going to say you share your wife with me. I was concerned.
All right, Henton with the basketball, top of the key, back in action after Dunn missed both free throws. Dunn looks at 3, decides to take it, and it is nothing but the bottom of the net.
First the stutter and then the butter. What a shot from Dunn in the corner.
I'll tell you, he shows he can shoot that shot. He's going to be very difficult to deal with at the next level. The Kilties with the basketball. Wheeling and dealing as our Dale Zahuman. That's his name. I can't pronounce this guy's name. Somebody's got to get me a pronunciation on that guy's name.
Zahmood.
Zahmood.
Right.
All right, I'll get it next time, I promise. Henton with the shot. Tough run hander. Won't go. Big rebound by Dunn, but he's on the line.
Dunn wanted some more. He hit that 3 just a minute ago, and I think he was trying to get him a little bit more on that rebound.
I tell you, Dunn can get his body into some places, Chuck, to make these rebounds that I don't think anybody else, certainly at this level, can get to. I mean, he basically splits a couple of defenders and gets high above the rim and makes a lot of these magnificent plays.
Contortionist.
Zahmood basketball, kicks out, long 3-pointer, no good. Rebound goes New London's way. An elbow was thrown, no call.
Malcolm Simmons on the rebound.
Simmons was not going to have any of that grabbing. Dunn behind the back, throws it up towards the rim, doesn't go. Rebound Porter, that won't go. Rebound this time goes the way of the Kilties.
Taken back, this could be pretty.
And we're going to get a basket and a foul. Foul is on Edward Cooper.
Nice left hand by Chris Dunn, and he's hurting. You know, this is the second time he's been hurting. He's called over to the coach. I'm not sure if it's a finger or a wrist, a thumb. Watch that left hand of his. I think he's in a little bit of trouble with that hand. I'm not sure.
You know, Chuck, you make a good point. It's the second time he's looked over to the bench to call a timeout, and both times Parker has kind of sat there and done nothing. So I don't know if he's hurt. Don't know if he's tired.
What we do know is he does not have permission to call timeout.
apparently it's not within his power.
That's right.
That's not part of his pay grade.
That's right.
All right, listen, we're at the 6:35 mark. 23-15 is the score. We're at a very, I would say, quaint. Is that a good word? Quaint Alumni Hall. Is that fair?
No, because it's kind of modern. I guess
all right.
Quaint is like.
Well, it's smaller than
Avery Point's gym is quaint.
Okay, fair enough. But it's a little smaller than I had anticipated.
It's smaller than the place UConn plays.
Sure.
It's smaller than Gambell Pavilion.
I mean, they could probably fit 3,000-4,000 in here. I don't know if they can get more than that.
It's two-tiered, and I think that adds a trick to it too. It's a nice double-tiered set. You got the wooden downstairs, and you have the new, I guess, the vinyl seating upstairs. So it looks kind of attractive. It's a nice place to play, though.
Well, the Providence College, I think they play a couple of games here during the course of the year, Chuck, but most of their games are at the Dunk. Right. But I mean, before the Dunk was built, they played all their games here.
Yeah,
so
but that was before they were hot.
Well,
too.
I mean, some of the kids who went to Providence College before, that was pretty good. They were pretty impressive.
No doubt.
I mean, being in the Big East, just that alone, I mean,
Right.
Chuck, is a major deal.
Right.
But as Peter Wappy has appropriately pointed out, most of the games are played, of course, at the Dunkin' Donuts Center, pretty much right down the street in downtown.
Well, it'd be nice to see if these guys have ever been to the Dunk, because we haven't seen one yet.
The Dunk?
The Dunk.
A donut or a dunk?
Yes. A Chris Dunk.
Gotcha. All right, McPhail now is going to be running the show. A brand new boy with the basketball. Over the half-court line, kicks it out.
So the Kilties have tried 1, 2, and 3 at the point. Let's see which one works.
Well, I mean, Stewart can really move. He moves. The basketball moves when it's in his hand. This one's stolen away quickly, and we got a foul right away by Tyrick McPhail. In his first 40 seconds on the court has been less than spectacular.
He comes over.
And he knows it.
He puts his hand on the coach's shoulder, his head in the coach's chest. No. I'm sorry, Coach. I know you need me with my man on the bench with 3 early.
Fields will shoot 2, or shoot a 1-on-1, excuse me, as the Whalers are at the 8 fouls. That's right. And Chuck, now you're making a call. You want to give us a number? We're talking a 15-point win here. We're talking about a 20-point win. You think this is going to be loose on the lead, if you will?
It's 9 now. I'm thinking it's either going to be larger. There's going to be some Whalers we haven't called their name.
Second shot is no good. McPhail brings it down a little out of control. Guarded by Dunn. And we got a timeout called by the head coach from the Mount Pleasant Kilties, Charles Holliday. And Holliday, I think, has maybe seen enough of our friend Mr. McPhail.
I think Mr. Holliday and I are on the same page. He knows this thing can get away quick if the Whalers start making a couple of baskets. His team has missed some opportunities as well, and I know he's concerned about that. He said, I talked to him a little bit before the game, and he was talking about the fact that they didn't shoot well in their most recent game, which might have been yesterday. I wasn't sure. He said if we had shot like that last night, we'd have done a lot better. So I think they played last night, and he's hoping for a good game today. And I was talking to one of the assistants who was encouraging them to, you bring your game out today. We know you got it in you. So I'd like to see that, see the best that they have to offer.
Remind you again, MJ Sullivan, Connecticut's Hyundai leader, drive the 2012 North American Car of the Year, Chuck, the Hyundai Elantra Limited, for only $217 a month, 36 months. Visit them online, mjsullivans.com or mjsullivan.com. Steal goes the way of New London. On the floor battle, and we got a timeout. It looks like we do have a hold.
We have a very smart play, I'll tell you that, by Joe Putu. Joe Putu is on the ground. He grabs the ball. He wants to maintain control. Rather than roll over, he starts dribbling while he's laying down. That's why you had the second scrap.
Zamud with the basketball. Now he's running the show, top of the key. Pick set out there for him. He's already looked to take a couple threes, but passed them up both times. Brookford now he looks. New London playing tenacious defense right now.
They could not penetrate the three-point line, Lee.
Zamud now at the top of the key. Inside, nice pass, nice look inside.
And yes, they do.
Joseph Putin with the basket up and around the inner presence of the New London Whalers.
2
Dunn, who came out on fire, been a little quiet late, pulls up for about an 18-footer. That won't go. Rebound goes the Kilties' way, and it'll be brought up by Zamud.
He's only simmering today, Chris. He's not quite done. Another
Inside.
pass down low.
Puts the left arm out to give him some space. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound goes to the Kilties. And another good shot underneath. This one again by Putu.
Malcolm Simmons tried to deny that basket. He stopped the first one. He couldn't stop the second one. And Putu for Tutu.
A 4-point run here. Porter tries to get position. Takes a running one-hander, won't go. Gets his own rebound. This one good.
A floater. Porter turn around in a soft floater. And that pushes that lead back up to 7 points. Kilties were fighting back.
I tell you, Porter's a good basketball player. He impressed me a lot last game.
The basketball game in sense, he might be one of the top Whalers, definitely.
Without question. Bad pass by Burkford, and another unenforced turnover goes New London's way. 4:22 to go here in the first half, 26-19.
Second time the guy in the white shirts missed the ball. I'm a little concerned.
You're going to sit there. Don't embarrass.
That's right.
Right there next to John Selden?
Yeah.
That's John Loyer, of course, a friendly fan of Mr. Dunn.
Really?
Oh, of course.
Great. He needs friendly fans.
Hey, you gotta announce the celebrities when you see them in the crowd. You know
he's a celebrity.
Sure, local celebrity. Dunn, no look pass. Porter, what a great look. Big 2 points.
Is a no look the same as a look away?
I think that's the same kind of
thing,
Chuck. That's the same kind of thing. Zamud now running the point after the 2 early fouls. Does the dipsy doodle, it won't go. Wow, what a big rebound by number 21, Edward Cooper. He's been impressive so far.
He absolutely has. That was a nice tip-in basket.
Doug Henton, three-point line, kicks it out to Porter, who wants to shoot a three, changes his mind, kicks it back out to Fields. Dunn getting a little pressure. Out to Porter, wide open three. In and out, won't go. Rebound goes to Henton, who gets it to go inside.
Henton, the smallest man on the court, fights for an inside rebound and the putback, and that's what was key about it, was the putback.
30-21, Whalers lead, 3:23 to go here in the first half.
Malcolm Simmons has his hands filled down here. See how he makes out this time. Here it is, back at him.
Kicks it out. Zamud looked for a long three, didn't go. Porter now ahead of the field. Reaching, he gets it, and he gets the roll afterwards.
And the roll over.
It could have been a foul, but didn't get the whistle. But Porter again uses his athletic ability to make that go down.
Good tough basketball on the offensive end down there.
Burkford working on Porter. Tipped out, Jones, good. Excuse me, that was Cooper, Edward Cooper, good. Going the other way, Henton out to Dunn. The pace is picked up a little bit. Dunn shot, it's good.
As has the accuracy, there's Dunn it again. He's up to 14 points now.
Dunn with 14 early again, adding to that ever-growing total as the all-time leading New London Whalers scorer.
As does the Whaler lead. They're up by 11 now.
Inching closer to that magical 2,000 mark. Pressure against Zamud. Finally gets it out.
New London's trapping on the outside. They cannot penetrate. And there goes the steal. Not quite.
Wide open three-pointer. Won't go. Rebound goes to the Kilties. And it's kicked around. We're going to get a foul called on number 10 for the Whalers. That's Khalid Fields.
The shot was wide open, but the basket was closed. The ball bounced around the rim and
do not enter.
Trickled off. Do not enter. Yes, one-way street here. Out only.
Well, foul goes into London, so Kilties keep it. And again, back on the basketball court will be number 14 for the Mount Pleasant Kilties.
Khalil Thompson.
Could be getting his first. I thought at first that was Kip Stewart coming back into the game.
I expected him to get up. Maybe the coach is saying no more today.
Well, maybe he does have 3 fouls, Chuck, so we'll try to keep you up to date on that. If he's got 3 fouls, he's probably got to sit the rest of the first half. Zamud basketball in the corner. New London looking to trap now. Pressure,
there it is.
And it's stolen away by Dunn. It's time. Curtis Slam.
He's done it again. We are at the Dunn Center, not the dunk.
I'll tell you, get used to that, Providence fans, because you're going to see a lot of that in the next 4 years.
I'm disappointed in the number of Providence gear that I don't see in the crowd.
Another steal by New London. This one goes towards Doug Hinton, who gets the basket to go, and he's fouled. And that lead, Chuck, begins
to escalate. Yes, it does. Hinton's going to increase it if he makes this free throw, which is never a sure thing.
38-23 here with 1:39 to go. Just a couple of seconds ago, they had this thing down to 7. And New London has basically turned on the afterburners and opened things up. Free throw is way short.
Kilty coach Charlie Holliday is down there teaching and preaching and imploring.
Kilty's got the basketball. Again, 1:31 to go here in the first half. They do use a shot clock in Rhode Island. Three-pointer is lofted high in the air. That won't go. Rebound goes bouncing around, and it's retained by number 12, Joseph Putu for the Kilties. He's fouled. And
Sam Miranda on the foul.
Look to go to the line.
So are they in the 1-and-1? They're in the 1-and-1 there?
They'll be in the 1-and-1. Actually, he was in the act. They're calling him in the act of shooting. He is in the penalty. After 7 fouls, you're in the penalty at this level. After 10, you get to shoot 2. But at 7, again, he gets to shoot a 1-on-1 if it were on the floor. But this time it's a shooting foul. And it looks as though the coach, Tom Connor, Charles Holliday decided that this is about as big as the league can get. Hopefully, they bring back in Tyreek McPhail. I keep thinking that's Stewart.
He's not coming in. Stewart is out in the hallway or something. He's watching a movie. They're not going to let him near the court for fear that he might go back on it.
Second shot is good, 38-25, 13-point lead, first half. Whalers have been playing pretty good basketball here the last 7 or 8 minutes to extend this lead.
He gave Cooper a minute rest and brought him back in to finish this first half. And, that's an interesting thing. That lead climbed up. He didn't have Cooper in that game, and I think Cooper was one of his fail-safes.
Dunn getting a little pressure now. 1-3-1 zone. Makes a no-look pass, a bad pass at that, stolen away by the Kilties, and off they go. 1-on-2.
And all of a sudden it's a 2-on-2 and a 3-on-2, and the Whalers scrambled back to get back on defense to shut down a fast breakaway.
But we had a foul in the making, so again, back to the line go the Kilties as the number of fouls continue to grow. New London actually has 8 now, 18 fouls, and we'll keep you up to date on who's in foul trouble at the at halftime. Find out who needs to be a little bit more careful playing in the second half. First one off the iron, no good.
I've narrowed it down to shooting woes for the Kilties. They get baskets, they get opportunities, they get jump shots, they get layups. They've missed a lot of shots. That's killing them.
Victor Marini actually misses both of the shots. And the referee right there on the spot says it touched the New London Whalers last. And the Kilties will keep the basketball with 55 seconds to go here in the first half. Alumni Hall, Providence.
Remember, they can't hold for a last shot now with the 35-second shot clock.
McKnight gets it out. Number 23 just in the game. He takes a very lazy shot. That won't go. Rebound went to Porter, who lost his balance, and it goes out of bounds. And it looks like Charlie Parker wanted to push, not going to get one. And he says to
Charlie Parker, I think, wanted a gold album. Craig Parker wanted to push.
Excuse me.
He didn't get it.
He didn't get the push, but I'll tell you what, somehow New London got the basketball because they're saying that Porter didn't touch that last. That's the phantom missed call, and here, we'll give it to you anyway. How's that?
We won't call the foul, but that's a settlement.
Yeah,
first time I've ever seen a settlement in
without
basketball.
An arbitrator, you got it to work out.
Right.
All right, Hinton at the top of the key. 1-3-1 zone by the Kilties now. A little pressure on the guy with the basketball. Cross court out to number 12, Sam Miranda, first time in the basketball game for him. And Dunn, I'm pretty sure, will be the one with his hands on the basketball when it goes up.
Coach Parker stopped Hinton in the middle of his penetration and said, hey. Hinton turns around and goes, Coach says, shoot for one.
Hinton with a wide open 3. That goes 41-25, and I'm pretty sure the Kilties will try to hold it for the last shot.
I would be sure that they might try to get 2 out of this.
Tough shot by him.
Oh, what a wicked basket. He almost didn't have an angle for banking it off the hoop.
Dunn wings one towards the backboard. It won't go. And the first half ends 41-27. The Whalers on top comfortably here at Alumni Hall.
That was Putu with that last basket, man. He had no angle and used the backboard off the square and into the net.
I think you got to call backboard when you shoot it like that.
When you're down by 14, is that right, 14? Am I doing the math right?
It would be 14, yes. Okay, nice job.
I've struggled to carry the one sometimes.
Well, listen, 41-27 is our score. It looks like we have a 15-minute intermission. So during the intermission, me and Chuck are going to sing and dance a little bit and try to keep everybody entertained.
I'm going to dance because they probably can't get me on Pete's camera, but they will get me audio if I sing, and that will not be pretty. I'm not allowed to sing.
Well, we'll get to the stats at halftime, too, as well. But before we move any further, the M.J. Sullivan Automotive Corner, Eastern Connecticut's automotive leader for nearly 30 years. Corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London at the M.J. Sullivan Auto. You can get them at mjsullivanauto.com.
Wasn't pretty in the beginning. I think the Whalers kind of got themselves together a little bit, started shooting a little bit better. Unfortunately, the Kilties never did get their shooting game down pat. They're apparently not a good shooting team, and that's obviously what the coach was alluding to pregame. If they shot like this, he said, and of course that was just warm-ups with no defense on them, It's like making putts on the practice green.
Well, Kip Stewart, obviously, having him get in early foul trouble really hurt the Kilties early on, because he's obviously what everything goes through. Their whole offense runs through that young man, and he did a pretty good job while he was in there. I was very impressed with him. He's very quick, he moves the ball very well, and he handles the ball well. But unfortunately, he picked up 3 fouls early.
Well, I think what Coach Holliday is going to have to do is find a second person to be able to handle that basketball, and he's tried that with McPhail. He's tried it a little bit with Cooper, and he hasn't found the person to really make it click yet. I think if he can get somebody to help him handle that basketball, and I'm interested to see, somebody told me to keep an eye out for this number 4. I haven't seen him in the game. His name is Twos.
Twos. It's a perfect basketball name.
Unless, of course, you specialize.
That's a three-pointer shooter.
There you go.
Now, we got word from, of course, our crack reporter, Peter Wappy, that Vogan's Laurie is not here today. We know anything about that?
I have no idea.
Oh, LaRue, excuse me.
Vogan's LaRue, I'm not sure what the deal is on that. Maybe we can get somebody to find that out.
But he's not here today, and we've got more information going on. There's all kinds of people, by the way, here. Those of you who are just tuning on to the website, theday.com, it's a live streaming broadcast. The Day has been kind enough to do this a number of times with the Whalers, and we've been traveling to different places. A couple times we've been in Rhode Island to watch a few basketball games, and this is actually the second or third time we've been here. And it's just a great service that the Day is putting together. We're very lucky to get a chance to I'm very lucky to get a chance to be part of it. I think it's a fantastic thing that's going to grow. I think people are excited to be behind it. I think, you got folks who are home right now or maybe they're on their mobile device, however, they're on their laptop, but they're watching New London basketball or Eastern Connecticut basketball with a star. You got Chris Dunn, he's a legit star. Kids going to the Big East with hopefully more lofty ambitions. But you get a chance to actually see this great athletic contest, and you don't necessarily have to travel all the time to do it.
We're fortunate to have somebody like Chris Dunn that you can kind of hang your star power on. But the fact is, we're able to broadcast high school athletics, high school activities, anywhere we can take our equipment. So it's really such a benefit to the Day reading public and now the Day's viewing public.
Right.
It becomes basically this channel. We are fortunate to be able to do this because both you and I love this and have a history of doing it. So we are really, really fortunate and quite frankly pleased to be able to drive the 60 miles or so to come up here and do this kind of a thing. Right now we're watching, I think they're called the Stompers. And they're doing a little halftime gig down here, so you might hear the music coming in and out. And it's pretty good, quite frankly, by the way, decked out in their red, white, and blue tops with their gray slacks. The Stompers from Mount Pleasant Academy, which used to be Mount Pleasant High School.
We got word on Mr. LaRue, of course, who is not here today. Again, he's a big presence inside for the Whalers. Apparently, he just got a football scholarship, Chuck, to Coastal Carolina, and he's down there on a recruiting trip, or he's down there on a trip to see the campus. So congratulations to him. It's always nice to see, somebody who is able to make that leap to the collegiate levels, and that's a good school. It's a good football school. You'll have a lot of fun down there, and it's be a big success for them. It's good. It's a great signing for him.
If I recall, we had a photo of that in the paper the other day of him signing his letter of intent.
All right, once again, it's Lee Elsey, Chuck Potter, Alumni Hall, the campus of the Providence Friars. And again, this is Big East, not Big East basketball, but it's technically a Big East campus, and this is a Big East, or it was a Big East arena. They do still play a couple of games here, but the Providence Friars actually play the majority of their home games at the Dunkin' Donuts Center down the street here in Providence. Right now, Ozzy is blaring.
And you got to love it. You know, it's interesting, man. The people who travel, I'm watching different people, different faces you see, you know, in town and in London. It's interesting. Some of the people you see will go anywhere to watch their Whalers play. And, you know, you really have to admire that as a city. No matter what school it is, they bring people wherever they go. And it's a pretty cool thing. We get the opportunity here to kind of look down into the crowd and see a lot of people. So we see the classic Kangol caps, and we see a lot of Whaler wear, Whaler gear, a lot of Yankee gear. I'm surprised I don't see more New England Patriot gear here in Rhode Island.
Well, people are probably got in the wash today, Chuck. I mean, tomorrow's a big day. You got to break it out. You're a fan of the Patriots. I mean, you're washing that stuff today.
I got to think if you're a real fan, you got 2 jerseys.
Come on. You got to make sure that's spotless. Tomorrow's a big day. You might need to bring 2 jerseys to wherever you're going in case you spill some buffalo wing sauce on it or some nacho cheese. You got to make that quick choice to the jersey number 2.
Here's the question of the day, Lee. What's harder to get out, nacho cheese or buffalo juice on your shirt?
I would say buffalo juice has to be a little bit.
Yeah, well, I buy a new one.
Well, listen, while we got a couple minutes, because we can only talk about the surroundings for so long, let's move to the world of sports a little bit. You know, while we got 6-7 minutes to talk about that,
when the pitchers and catchers report, man.
Well, that too. But pitchers catchers report in a couple of weeks, so I'm excited about that. But you got to be excited about a game, the game tomorrow between the Giants and the Patriots. No,
sadly, it's the last day of NFL football. I'm totally bummed out, man. No, I'm kidding about that. I am totally looking forward to one heck of a Super Bowl, man.
Now, are you an everyday Sunday football watcher? Are you somebody who gets in front of the television for the majority of the afternoon and just pays? No, you're not.
You're going to love this. You're going to love this. I do the laundry at my house. On Sundays, I get up early. I get all the laundry together, man. And you know what? Husbands everywhere, pay attention. That's pay attention backwards. You do the laundry. It takes a minute to throw a load in. It's washing. You're watching football.
Sure. Oh.
You go pull it out, and you throw it in the dryer, throw another load in the washer. It's washing and drying. You're watching football. You throw another load in, you take a load out, you're in there folding and watching football.
Brilliant.
It's time to iron your shirts for the week. Make sure you have extra heavy starch. Great on the sleeves. Got to get the crease while you're watching football.
Brilliant.
Now, this can last until 9 at night.
Absolutely.
So you've got 3 games, a lot of laundry done, so you get football and a happy woman.
I tell you, Chuck, that is – I've never thought about it like that. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're killing 3 birds.
Laundry, football, and the love of your woman.
That is well done, Chuck. Bravo to you. I never thought about that. Most guys, they hide themselves away in their man cave. They turn out the lights and they don't want anybody to bother them.
My bumper sticker says my man cave is a laundry room.
Well, who do you like tomorrow in the game? What do you think?
It could go either way. I tend to believe, I'll tell you what, I'm mesmerized by Coughlin. The man does something.
He's done a good job.
And I think I've packaged my belief in him to be successful tomorrow. Now, I think this game could be 35-21, either team. I think it could be a 14-7 game, either team. It depends upon the defensive back skills. And both teams, I think, have the ability to run on the other, and I think they both don't want the other quarterback on the field for that long. So it's up in the air, man. It's a crazy game.
It's interesting because I think you make a great point that Coughlin and Bill Belichick, you can make the argument that both of those coaches have probably done their best or one of their best coaching jobs in their entire career this season. Bill Belichick has no defense at all. He's had no defensive backs at all. He's got Edelman, a wide receiver, playing in the defensive backfield. This is a guy who has basically retooled that team. He does it without a real wide receiver, or at least a legitimate deep threat wide receiver. Welker's good, but he's not. He's good, but he's good for that system. But
what about 85?
But Gronk is amazing.
What about that guy 85?
Hernandez. You talking about Gronk? You talking about Welker? You talking about?
No, Ocho Cinco.
Oh, Ocho.
Sorry, you don't speak Spanish.
Well, no, 85. I was like 85. I was like, I'm trying to do the math here. Well, Ocho's got 15 catches. That's all right.
Well, I had more than that when I went fishing.
I wonder if he's going to actually be on the field now. There's a rumor he may not even suit up.
That's possible. On the other hand, he may score 2 big touchdowns. It's just. That's the intrigue of Bill Belichick. This is a smart man. He gets football players, and it doesn't matter to him if this guy is a great linebacker or a great tight end. If he's a great football player, I can use him where I will.
Right.
Rodney Harris, He's had several guys he's taken off the offensive side of the ball, put them on the defensive side or vice versa, and get production from them. So it's such a tough call, man. But
are you somebody who goes to a football party? Will you be at a football party tomorrow?
I'm going to be partying with a lot of Potters tomorrow.
Potters?
Yes.
Is that
Lee, when my family gets together, it's a big party, man. It's unruly.
No matter what happens, it becomes a party.
Sometimes by mistake.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
So the Potters get together at a certain secret location with a big screen television and all the fixings, right?
It moves around. The fixings, there's a lot of fixings. Yes, it's a variety of fixings.
Are you somebody who starts the day 1 o'clock watching all the pregame, or is it you can't take that 6:20, you turn it on and go?
Listen, if I don't know who's playing in the game by now,
I agree with you.
Tune in and out tomorrow. But I'm also a PGA Tour fan, so I have some golf to watch tomorrow and see how that works out.
Tiger's made a heck of a comeback.
And, next week Tiger's back in the States playing. I'm looking to see how that works out. He had a good week last week. So I kind of do that. And quite frankly, I'm looking for pitchers and catchers. I'm waiting for NASCAR to rev it up, man. I'm kind of a Sunday geek.
You got everything. You got your hands in everything.
I do, man. I do. It's kind of fun when you watch. If you watch a PGA Tour event and you watch a NASCAR event, they start at the same time. They ended about the same time. This guy plays 18 holes of golf. This guy drives 500 miles. And they do it in about the same amount of time.
That's true. You never think about that. One guy walks 5 miles, another guy drives 500. That makes sense. That's interesting.
Right.
That's interesting. Are you a baseball fan too, or no?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Yankee fan?
Absolutely.
Yankee fan.
Absolutely.
They did some nice. I think they made some nice moves in the offseason.
I haven't paid attention to that.
Okay, well that's all right.
I'll wait. I love it when they show up. I love baseball. Look, if there's a game on, I'm turning it on. Yankees, the Mets, Atlanta. You get Boston. And every now and then you get a lot of Chicago games now on WGN.
It's so you make a great point with that, because people always ask, you watch, and I watch a lot of baseball. It's my favorite. I mean, football is still one of my favorite sports to watch, but I still watch a lot of baseball. But you are so right with that. If you have, a decent package as far as your cable system,
an
or
extended cable package, you don't need the baseball
you don't need
package.
it. You don't need it, Chuck.
Right.
You get the Mets, you get the Red Sox, you get the Yankees.
Right.
You get the Cubs, you get the White Sox, you get Atlanta.
And every team shows the best teams when they come into those arenas. So you're going to see a St. Louis. You're going to see a Dodgers when they play Atlanta. You're going to see the Dodgers when they play the Mets. You're going to see the Dodgers when they play the Cubbies. So you get so much baseball. Look, I love it. And we know you're a baseball guy, Lee. You played in the Morgan League or the Norwich League. You still play, don't you?
I have. Didn't play very much last year. I only got a couple games in. But you know what, Chuck? You get older, unfortunately. It's not even the physical.
No, Lee, I don't know that.
It's you got stuff to do. You become all of a sudden you become an adult out of nowhere. Like happens overnight.
Yeah, kids. No.
Well,
you still have
my wife's
time.
behind me. Go yell.
You still have time. You want me to yell at your wife? Yeah, okay. I'll sign the letter now, right? Right. He wants me to yell at his wife. He's got fans, though.
Hey,
folks
listen. Guess who's in the studio booth right now? The all-time greatest cornerback in Waterford Lancer history, Mr. Mike Sullivan, has joined us in the
all-time greatest cornerback.
There's a different Sullivan.
In Lancer history?
Well, maybe I'm stretching it.
Wow.
All right, once again, let me remind you, speaking of Sullivans, MJ Sullivan, a different Sullivan, Connecticut's GM leader, save up to $13,000 and rates as low as 0% on all GM vehicles. Visit them online at mjsullivanauto.com. All right, Chuck. New London finally made their way out of the locker room. They were in the locker room forever.
I think they reset the clock for them for a minute there.
Well, listen, about a minute before we start the second half.
Some unofficial numbers, Lee, here.
Oh, you got them. Go ahead, run them down.
Unofficial numbers. Dunn had 14 points in the first half, followed by Porter with 12. Henton had 9. And actually, Miranda was the only other Whaler who scored. I'm sorry, Fields had 3 points, and Miranda had 2.
Do we have any foul numbers for them or no?
I don't have any.
That's okay. Because Dunn's not in foul trouble anyway, so without him being really on the blocks, it's not a big deal in my mind.
Well, folks, I want you people to keep watching this game, because it's not a matter of if the Whalers win, it's going to be a tight game, it's a stressful game or whatever. But as this team starts to wrap up its ECC schedule its regular season schedule, I should say, here's a great chance for you to watch this team, watch how they play. I think you're going to see a team that's much more in sync in the second half, and they're going to start to accomplish some things. And maybe they'll push this lead up. Maybe the Kilties are going to respond, but you're going to see the Whalers, I think, at one of their better halves of basketball coming right now.
This team got enough to win the state championship, Chuck?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
If pigs are pork, they can win. And I've checked, and they are.
All right, listen, once again, I'll reset it for you. The second half will consist of 16 minutes. One half, it's not quarters, 16 minutes of basketball. The Whalers lead 41-27 over the Mount Pleasant Kilties. And here we go, beginning the second half. Doug Henton will bring it up.
Kilties in their red, white, and blue, white tops and shorts with red and blue stripes.
Dunn tries to force the action, kicks it out. Short little jump shot, no good. Rebound goes the way of the Kilties, and down he goes. And we're going to get a travel. Have we figured out what a Kiltie is yet or no?
It's the skirt that bagpipers wear.
That can't be what they're nicknamed after.
There was a drum corps from Racine, Wisconsin called the Kilties, and that's what they wore.
Well, then let me
and it was an all-male drum corps.
Let me be the first one to say then that's the worst mascot / nickname in the history of sports.
Well, we don't know the history now. This is Mount Pleasant Academy. We don't know the history there.
Done with a no-look pass, and it's laid in
Simmons
by Malcolm Simmons.
Very nice look. That's the way the Whalers are supposed to start.
Little
and
pressure.
Then a trap, a steal,
Simmons steals
a pass,
up,
a fake,
and in.
A take, a bake, the whale.
Khalid Fields for early and quick points by the Whalers. A little pressure and goes for another steal. They didn't get it, almost got it.
And
Dunn
now they
does
have
get it. He's going to go one-on-one. Won't get that slam to go.
Ill-advised dunk attempt there. You don't dunk with a man in your face at this level.
Fields kicks it out. Hennon wide open three. That won't go. It's actually
got a lot of glass.
Rebound is kicked around, and this will stay into London's basketball as it goes off of Zamoud last. And yeah, you know, Dunn went for the big slam in front of the, I guess the folks on that side of the basketball.
He did.
court.
He tried to do it on Cooper, right? Is it Cooper's? Yeah, number 21. Cooper tried to dunk on him, and not ill-advised.
Top of the key inside. Another open three. This one again is no good. Rebound goes to the big fella. He kicks it back out. Porter tries to get inside the paint and does. Tough shot won't go. Was halfway down, came out. Rebound goes to number 22, Malcolm Simmons, and he goes up. He's fouled. Shot won't go.
Khalid Fields has the most unusual release on his shot. He looks off balance when he lets it go. And I think he's probably 2 for 4 shooting, so it's not so bad.
Malcolm Simmons, the big guy, the senior center for the Whalers, will take 2 shots. First one is short. 45-27. Whalers with the 18-point lead here. 14:38 to go in the second half. Second shot's good.
Stretching it out, Lou.
Kip Stewart back on the basketball court with 3 fouls. Breaks the defense rather easily. Bad pass stolen by Porter, and he can take it down, and does.
That was a little baby dunk, a kind of roll over the top. And I think they're going to call a timeout here. This is 6 straight points by the Whalers.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, there's
quick timeout goes to Charles Holiday of the Kilties. This thing, you could say it's out of hand at 21 before it gets ugly. He calls the quick timeout.
Well, I don't know how long it's going to be before we see C.J. Parker in the game. And you know the Whalers have it in hand when C.J. Parker gets in. That's the coach's son. And to be totally candid, I'm not sure that he is their best next player. But
hey, there's perks of the job, Chuck.
I got to say he's there.
He's a freshman too, right?
I think he's a freshman, yeah. And they do have some players with some more talent. But if the coach is expecting a lot of his son in the future, perhaps it's wise to get him in now. But the fact is, he comes off the bench a little early sometimes. And, oh, there he is. I almost thought I didn't see him down there, but he's wearing his green jersey. So he hasn't peeled off his green jersey yet.
Once again, we're at Alumni Hall on the campus of Providence College. Thank you very much again to the Day, streaming this live to all the homes back home. Do we know how many homes we're in right now, Mr. Wappy? 320.
Welcome.
Very nice.
Thanks for coming. Glad to have you.
I like it.
Watching Whaler exploitation here as it grows and grows. 21-point lead. This thing's going to get big. But I'm looking to see some excitement, folks. Keep watching. You're going to see some dunks.
You called it, Chuck. You said this was going to be a 20-point win for the Whalers, and right now we sit at 21 and still got almost the entire second half to go.
Coach Parker's been on the bench the whole day. I think he stood up once.
New London's got the full trap now on full court press. And this time New London gets it back as it's kicked away by number 2 for the Pleasant Kilties, Kip Stewart.
I'm not sure what they call this, but I think I'd like to call it the substitute press the Whalers put on defense.
Whalers went for the alley-oop and won't go. Dunn misses the shot. Got a little out of control. He goes for the steal, and it's going to pick up, I think, his second foul.
Little reach around the back. He tried to actually reach around and tap that ball to Porter, and it didn't work out. I call it the substitute press because if they press enough and grow up the lead, the substitutes will get in the game.
I like that, Chuck. Stewart with a basketball. He wheels. He deals. Goes into the line, and that goes. Then it goes.
He's playing with a little more attitude. Man. He's playing with some attitude, too. I think he learned a little something sitting on that bench for the half of the half.
Dunn takes it in.
Nice
Gives
pass.
it off to Malcolm Simmons, who lays
Nice
it in.
pass. Simmons with a nice reception on it as well.
You got to see a little more from that from Dunn. I like that because instead of necessarily always looking for the shot, he can get that double team and get the easy hoop for the Whalers.
Well, I'm not sure, but he might have been
Kip Stewart's decided, Chuck, that you know what, you're not going to get away from me this far as he's made the last 2 baskets.
Kip hooray there, huh?
Dunn just in front of the 3-point line. That rattles off the ring. Rebound by Simmons, who makes a tough shot.
Wow. Simmons is racking up the points in this half. That's his 3rd basket this half, I believe. And Dunn is playing a share game. You know, I'll give you one, then I'll take one. I'll give you one, I'll take one, which is fair.
Well, normally it's I'll do 2, maybe give you a half. I'll give you 3. Take 2.
50, kind of like the run-pass game, you know, that he's balancing out. You want to balance offensive attack. There are people in mass coming into the
see
stadium.
that, Chuck. That's a little nerve-wracking.
It's the Friar field hockey team, I have the feeling. Or the hockey. No, that looks like field hockey or lacrosse.
Yeah, it could be lacrosse. Do the men still play field hockey?
No, I don't. I
not.
thought I read something.
Well, they might
about
if they're
some
playing for
men's
the
field
Kilts, I'll tell you that.
hockey. Wow. Kilties and field hockey.
Stewart getting the push. Actually, Doug Henton makes the push on Stewart.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Elsie.
All right, I'm making fun of the nickname. Not lying to you.
You know, it doesn't sound like the most tenacious of nicknames.
No.
I have to
The
concede.
Fighting Kilties is not scaring anybody, Chuck.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lee. You go to some Highlander games or something like that, you know, and that's where you see a lot of kilts, man. It's a Scottish thing, and you know.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid of them, Chuck. They're not instilling the fear
Ireland,
of God.
Scotland, there are tough people over there, man. Don't let them fool you.
A long three goes off the back of the rim. Rebound by Dunn. He'll bring it up.
And they clearly have some Masonic skills as well, because there was a fine brick just shot down the other end.
Dunn sees a little bit of daylight. Takes the initial shot. That doesn't go. Rebound goes to Porter, who goes behind the back and goes up and in. 54-31. The Whalers extend this ever-growing lead. Dunn putting pressure on the basketball.
Whalers setting up traps all over the court now. It's training camp.
Well, you know, Chuck, the Whalers are just so much faster right now than the Kilties. The Kilties have one, and listen, I'm not taking shots at the rest of the field, but the Kilties have one real good basketball player on the team. I think he's a good player. Stewart's a good player. He brings the ball up well. He shoots. But other than that, it's basically him against 4.
Well, I'd like to see him do more with this guy, Edward Cooper, who's number 21. And I think their number 12, Joe Putu, is also a good ball player. So I'd like to see them get more out of those 2 guys. And I think this team is learning what it takes to beat a very good team. I think they have a record of 9-4 or 9-5 at this point in their season. I think they're 8-3 in their conference. So it's a 4-team conference there in their division. Division 1 North, I believe it is, maybe. So I think they're learning.
Putu actually picked up the foul. New London goes the other way. Dunn just all by himself.
A sick drive. Dunn did a stop and go, change of direction, change of pace, and left the man standing about a foot behind him, and his athletic supporter was 2 feet behind him.
Stewart, top of the key, spins, kicks out. Long 3 by Zamoud, won't go. Rebound goes New London's way. Out to Khalid Fields, down to Porter. Porter gets the body shot, still gets it to go.
Fields with a great diagonal pass, cross court. Porter takes it in with defense all over him, and I mean that, all over him, and with a scoop layup, his second in a row, as a matter of fact.
This is the 4th game I've seen New London play. In each game, Chuck, they've gotten a little bit better, and this is clearly by far the best they've played. Not necessarily because they're blowing the team out by 27, but they're moving the basketball, they're finding open guys, they're cutting to the basket, and they've really played a complete team game today.
They're using more players. You're exactly right. It's a complete game today. Everybody's getting a piece of the action and performing well.
Porter gets the free throw. It's up, and it is no good. Rebound goes to the Kilties.
A little shaky on the rim.
Kip Stewart brings it up. They still got to shore up that free throw shooting, Chuck. That's going to come back to bite them somewhere along the line.
You're exactly right. You can't take that into the States and expect to be successful.
Stewart.
Kip Stewart with a nice move inside. He lost it and gets it back.
Kicks it out to Zamoud, who gets a body shot on number 22 for the Whalers. That's Malcolm Simmons, and he'll actually that'll be a blocking foul, so he will shoot two.
Right. It'll be interesting to see as these teams pass each other and give their high fives at the end of the game, the kind of respect the Whalers give to Kip Stewart. I think you're going to see, them give him some props at the end there.
First one by Zamoud, it's good. 58-32, 26-point Whaler lead.
We got to thank our man Steady Eddie O'Neill keeping the numbers up for us
Steady Eddie.
online and giving us some totals when we get them, when we ask for them.
Appreciate that, Steady Eddie. Nicely done. Dunn brings it up. Long pass actually out to Henton. Henton about an 18-footer off the rim. Won't go. Rebound goes to Porter, but it's stolen away. And it'll go off the Kilties. Last New London keeps it.
Zamoud Dale couldn't keep his hands on that ball. He fought for it and just couldn't hang on to it. New London's really passing the ball a lot better now than I've seen them all season.
Dunn underneath. Out pass. Open three. This one is no good. Rebound goes to Porter. Rips it down. Little turnaround jumper, and that's good. Porter is a good player, Chuck.
Teardrop. The release on his shot is college level release. It's great form, great form. Somebody's going to gain an advantage from his abilities.
Double coverage. And we're going to get actually that was a pass, but they're still going to give him credit for the basket.
I think he got goaltending on the pass there.
Right. Well, obviously that was an attempt at an alley-oop, and then the London guys was up above the rim. I actually think it was Doug Henton who was above the rim.
More oop than alley, though.
Yeah, exactly. And they're calling it goaltending, but
in the NBA, I think they used to call that offense by accident.
Oh, there it is. There's your highlight.
No mistake there as Dunn goes up and the ball thrown down. No accident on that one, Lee.
Dunn with a big slam, getting that New London crowd back into it.
And he got his foot caught on Malcolm Simmons' shoulder coming down.
Simmons gets it out.
Simmons is 6'4", folks.
Alley-oop. Porter won't go.
That first one was nice. They thought they'd try it twice. If you're interested in New London, when Dunn gets one, he wants Porter to have one too. That happened to him last time we were there, and I think he wants to see it again. But listen to what I said, Lee. He got his foot caught on Simmons' shoulder after his dunk. I just want to be clear on that.
There's no question that Mr. Dunn can get up, if you will. There's going to be no problem with him getting to the rim. I don't think there's any question about that. 10:23 to go. 62-35, so we got a little bit of excitement, a little more excitement anyway here in the second half on a game that, the final outcome is pretty much in hand. It's just a matter of what the score will be. Kilties moving it around. Three-point shot is up and no good, but we're going to get a foul on Porter. Bad foul by Porter. As soon as you give him some props, commits a foul downtown Providence, far away.
When your adrenaline's flowing, you kind of go for the gusto, and it was a bad decision. High school.
Well, yeah. We always got to remember, that's the other thing. I mean, we call games, we have some fun, and we look at it maybe from a perspective of college or pro level, and you got to remember these kids are only high school.
These are kids, man. These are kids that still forget to take out the trash, So bear with them.
First shot is good. Khalil Thompson.
They're fun to watch, though. This is such a blast to be able to do this, Lee.
Second shot is no good, and he's got one more as he was fouled outside the three-point arc.
10 minutes left in this ball game. It's
ugly.
Let's just call it unattractive.
Second shot is good. Third shot is good. 2 of 3.
The kids play rec league. When it gets like this, they just let the clock run. They don't stop it.
Oh, no look pass again. I'm surprised we're not going to get a walk there, but we're going to get a foul on number 21, Edward Cooper.
They didn't call the walk because Cooper went up and over Sims' back, and Sims kind of had to step to just let him roll over. He kind of rolled over safely. Very nice move by Sims. But what was key to that was the pass, underhand, no look from the outside down into the center of the key from Dunn Deal.
Dunn makes a pass, and it's outside, stolen away by the Kilties. And Zamoud throws it down.
Zamoud Dale with a Dale dunk.
The other way to Dunn. Makes a little dipsy doodle move and won't go.
Zamoud Dale showing some game and getting some props from the fans here, even up behind us. Seems like Mount Pleasant Kilties have a few fans up in here.
Well, it is their own backyard, so you would hope they'd bring a few more bodies to the arena, if you will.
You know, as a matter of fact, I'm surprised there aren't more.
Well, I thought there'd be more just to see Dunn play. No question about it. They're going to get a steady diet of him for the next 4 years. Stewart kicks it out to Zamoud, who just slammed it in. And this shot is missed badly. Rebound goes still the Kilties' way.
I'd recommend Zamoud stick to the dunk. He's not so good from 25 feet.
Putu got the rebound, then tried to make a pass. It was kicked away. New London's got the basketball. And Dunn will take it out, 9:25 to go. 62-39.
Have we seen a dunk against New London before?
I don't remember one, Chuck, to be honest with you.
I don't think I have. New London's tiptoeing with the ball up court now. They're not going to rush this thing. They've got it where they want it. Take your time. They have to be aware of the shot clock, 35 seconds.
Henton tries to move it inside, makes a very difficult pass to Dunn. It's off his fingertips, and the Kilties will keep it.
It's an advantage the Whalers have. It's kind of a dual attack on offense. They slow that ball down, but they are also able to get somebody free down low, and if that had been successful, that would have been a wide open layup on that play.
Stewart now will control the offense, 62-39, 23-point Whaler lead.
Fields guarding Stewart now instead of
Stewart tries the three, it's blocked, and a long pass out to Dunn. Let's see what we get. Oh! Slam
rim rock. Oh, you love the digitally rim rocker there, baby. You just wait to see what it's going to be.
Yeah, a play like that, he can be creative a little bit, Chuck.
In fact, I was a little disappointed. It was pretty mundane, just vicious.
The Kilties will keep it. I don't know how. I don't know who it was off of. I don't think it was off of anybody, but it's one of those ones where we didn't call a foul, so you can keep it.
You know what? They seem to let you play in this league a little bit, and I kind of like that. And it's good for the Whalers because when you get to the States, whistles are hard to find.
Oh, is that right? I thought it would be the other way around.
They let them play a little bit in the States, man. I think it depends on where you are, but generally when you go downstate, they let them play. You know, downstate and up north in the Hartford area.
Burkford getting some pressure from Dunn. Kicks it way out to Zamoud. Zamoud tries to bounce pass, stolen away by Malcolm Simmons, and away we go this way. Porter tries to go in and out, makes the layup easy. Looks
uses
easy,
his body to keep the defender off his back and turns it in with a nice inside right-handed layup off the glass.
All right, Kip Stewart trying to get the Kilties back to that respectable level, down by 27 right now. Stewart moves inside, it's blocked by Simmons.
Not to be had. Simmons says, no, you can't come here.
Well, Stewart feels like now I would think he's got to do he's got to take care of the whole show. So.
And Simmons should have been doing that early in the game. Stewart was able to penetrate in the first half, and that's what I think Parker expected.
We got a jump ball as a tie-up on the ground between Dunn and number 21 from Mount Pleasant. That's Edward Cooper. 8:07 to go, ladies and gentlemen, live from Alumni Hall again. Providence College.
The cozy confines of the Alumni Hall.
Long three-pointer won't go. Rebound goes to Kilties, and Malcolm Simmons is going to get charged with a foul as Edward Cooper went for the basket, didn't go.
I'm not sure that Coach Parker's satisfied with his team's performance. I thought he would have gone to his bench by now. He hasn't. I mean, they have a 27-point lead.
Well, it's 27, but Chuck, they went on that quick spurt, if you will, after the end of the first half. They got this thing up to like 25, 26 points, and then they've kind of just played a little flat a little bit here for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
He also might be working on some things. I think it gets to a point where he says, I want to run these plays. We're going to need these later, and he can work on them, which is something I also think Bill Belichick does.
Both free throws are missed. Dunn with the basketball. He brings it up. 1 on 3, and guess who wins?
One and done. One and done. He uses that arm to push off just a little bit, and it works well for him. Whalers trapping in the backcourt.
I think you might want to throw out that white flag here somewhere along the line. Zamoud takes it to the basket, and he's going to get an offensive foul.
That's right. Simmons was there. You know what's sad about that? Simmons has done that move 3 times. He stood there trying to draw the offensive. He hasn't gotten it. Sooner or later he's going to get that call, and he did. And Coach Holliday is telling his man about it right now.
No
timeout, Whalers.
And we got a quick timeout as hopefully the Whalers will regroup and maybe rethink putting pressure on up by almost 30.
I was
29-point trap.
Well, we got to work on our
Okay.
full court defense.
All
We have to
right.
work on our full court defense.
That's a Belichick
I'm
move.
thinking Parker's thinking, when am I going to have to come back here again?
You're probably right about
You
that.
know?
You know, at least next time I come back, I won't have Porter, I won't have Dunn. So who knows what can happen.
Right,
then.
and I'm not sure that they're going to be sending an invitation to come down to New London either, because I'm not sure that they're going to say, thank you, we'll be there Tuesday.
All right, real quick, let me remind you, MJ Sullivan's Connecticut's Hyundai leader drive the 2012 North American Car of the Year, Chuck. What kind of car you got?
I have a Pontiac.
All right, the Hyundai Elantra Limited for only $217 a month. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
$217. I mean, people are driving around with less cars and a lot more money than that. Visit them online at mjsullivanauto.com.
I'm at my the place where I get my car serviced. I'm listening to a conversation. The people have $600 car payments.
Yes, I can't believe that. Listen. Knock on wood. My car is paid off. I could never afford a $600 car payment.
Yes.
It's more than my house payment.
Yes.
All right, Whalers will get it. A little pressure now by the Kilties. Easily broken by the Whalers.
Well, a little
That'll be
defensive
a
show by
nice
the Kilties.
move.
I don't know if pressure is the right word. I don't know. Malcolm Simmons with yet another basket.
Easy basket for Malcolm Simmons.
Yes,
He's
10
racking up the
points
points. Double digits for Malcolm.
This half.
This half. Oh, very impressive.
Wow.
Inside pass stolen away by the Whalers. Kicks it out to Henton. Henton. Alley-oop. Porter won't go. It's a tough alley-oop pass. They tried that a couple times.
Henton saw it early, and he couldn't get the ball out of his hand.
And there we got another slam, this time by Cooper.
Wow.
A nice dish off by Kip Stewart, picking up an assist there. New London brings it back over. Top of the key. Henton thinking about taking that shot. Passes it up. Thinks again. He does. Three-pointer up, and it rolls in.
That's a three-pointer by Henton.
73-41, a 32-point Whaler lead, 6:40 to go.
But we'll call it 2-2. They're tied at 2 dunks apiece.
Turnaround shot is good. Top of the, free throw line by
Nice little jump. Putu.
number 12,
2-2
Putu.
by Putu. See, you got your Tutu and you got your Kilty. They're kind of the same.
Henton tries to do the no-look pass, but nobody's there but Kilties. He steals it away, throws it back to Dunn, who looked like he should have got fouled, falls to the ground, but makes the basket.
Kind of readjusted his footwork in the key, squared himself up and dropped it in. Thought he was going to try and give it to Porter for a dunk and thought better of it.
He's got to be racking up the points. When we get a point level on Dunn, we'll let you know about that as well.
Yeah, it looks like 20, but I think it's a little more than that. Oh, they can't get a ball inside. I tell you, the Kilties are struggling with their shooting game. I don't know if it's always like this, but if that's the case, that's their downfall.
Henton tries for another three. This one's way short, won't go. Rebound goes the Kilties' way, and Stewart brings it up. He's trying to get inside. He does, but it's blocked by Dunn. Actually, we got a foul called on Dunn, who stares down the referee. Does not like that call. And I believe he's picked up a second or third foul. We'll keep you up to date on that. With only 5:39 to go, it really no longer is an
no
issue.
movement on the bench, and he did get him. He kind of got that arm over the top. Little head, little shoulder, but very little problem.
75-43, 5:39 to go.
Stewart now, I said he came out in the second half with some fire, and you can see now that they're kind of a slumping shoulder team here, and wondering, what time's practice on Sunday.
Well, you look up at that scoreboard and you see a 30-point lead. It's tough to
keep fighting.
It's tough to keep fighting.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, New London once again on the attack. Inside, tough shot, won't go. Bounced around, rebound goes to Zamoud.
Nice move.
Zamoud kicks it to Stewart, and they'll bring it up.
We say it's tough to keep fighting, Lee, but you know what? You have to.
Well, you know what, Chuck? Here's the thing. People have said that to me before, but you love the game of basketball, so you just keep playing.
Right.
Play because you love to play. That's all.
You've heard me say several times, they're high school kids. That's the thing you learn at this level.
Absolutely.
Is how to fight, and how to keep fighting, and how to keep battling, how to keep your head up and keep working like the Whalers are doing.
Look out, Porter. He slams it home.
Yes, he does. With Stewart on him, and Stewart calls for that ball on the out-of-bounds play. I want this back.
I'll tell you, Peter Whopper's going to have a heck of a time editing all these slams up today. It's been about 6 or 7 slams, I think, total.
He'll be smiling on his workbench, though.
That's a tough shot by Stewart. It goes. And we've got a timeout call by the Kilties. The head coach again, Charles Holliday, going to regroup, maybe send in some new bodies, Chuck.
He might do that. He might be looking in the bleachers for a couple here to see if he's got some jerseys that'll fit some of these fellas in the stands. It's a struggle.
We'll see what Charles Parker does, Coach Parker does, because Craig Parker, we did it again, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I had to write it down. I told you I got lost coming up here, Chuck. We had the GPS on. We had a GPS duel going on. One said one way, the other said another, and clearly we picked the wrong way.
I wound up taking a thing called River Road, which worked. It brought you all the way up the hill to this, but you come through the center of town to do it. It's not bad. You came off exit 16. It's not bad, but it was clear that when we got here, there's another way that's a little bit closer, I think.
Sure.
But, not a big deal. You do get to see some of the sights of Providence on your way here.
Well, once again, we are at Alumni Hall, Providence College, home of the Providence Friars. Again, this will be the new home of Chris Dunn. There are a lot of fans here. I think we had a lot more kind of file in after the first few minutes of the basketball game, but some of these, I think a lot of these maybe wanted to get their first look at their all-star recruit, Chris Dunn. And again, I think he's put on a pretty good show today.
I'm kind of wondering what a PC student had to pay to get in this game. And at $5, so they're going to come see a game that's not their school. I am seeing a little bit more of the PC jerseys and pullovers, which are quite nice, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good look. The Providence Friars gets a good look. All right, looks like New London has come up with an entire new set of 5. So the starters are on the bench.
Ladies and gentlemen, entering the game now, number 23, Jason Pelham. And C.J. Parker.
And we got he throws it up. Number 24, I got to get these names down and numbers down. I don't think we have that number, but 34, excuse me. That's Devote Robinson, no? Dante Robinson, excuse me. We'll try to keep you up to date on that. These are some guys who don't normally get into the basketball game. Sam Miranda gets stolen away, goes the other way. And this one is laid in easily by Kip Stewart.
Sam Miranda and Nova Crespo are probably your team leaders out there now as this game stands now.
Outside to number 23 for the Whalers. That's Jason Pelham. And again, the Whalers with a whole new set of 5. So to answer that, the Kilters sent in a whole new set of 5. So we'll do our best to keep you up to date on who's who.
That's a nice courtesy by their coaches.
Sure.
A lot of times you'll see him leave his guys in, try and clean up some of the mess, before pulling them from the game.
Shot won't go. Kilties bring it up. Three-pointer launched up by number 13 for the Kilties. That won't go. Rebound goes the Kilties' way. Shot is up and no good. A foul looks like it's going to be on number 23 for the Whalers. And
Jason Pelham.
Jason Pelham.
Who's a fine snare drummer in that Whaler band and will be headed to UConn.
Is that right? All right, very good for him.
Yep.
Titus Carbo will take 2 free throws. First one is up, and that rolls around. It's no good. 79-48 if you're just tuning in, sitting in front of your computer. Again, Peter Wappy has set us up here high above the Providence Flyer floor. New London Whalers taking on the Mount Pleasant Kilties in what has turned out to be quite a blowout here for the Whalers this afternoon.
Nova Crespo taking it to the hole, and he gets drummed upon and will go to the free throw line and shoot a couple. He and Miranda kind of running things out there for the Whalers.
And it looks like much of the crowd, Chuck, has decided to start to basting those chicken wings and starting to I don't know, cook whatever it is you cook for Super Bowl Sunday, as a bunch of people are beginning to leave the Alumni Hall auditorium.
Time to start squeezing the juice out of the jalapeno.
Yeah, hey, you got a lot to do. If you got the parties at your house, you got a lot to do, Chuck.
That's right. Unless you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful wife.
And we all do.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Yes.
Three-pointer.
That's Marrera.
That's good. That's a line drive
yes,
read.
It is. Yes, it is.
By Victor Marrera.
He looked totally disinterested the last time down court, and this time he drills one.
Lead down to 28. See if the Kilties got a late miracle run in them, Chuck. Crespo with an impossible shot. That won't go. Rebound goes New London's way, then it's stolen away and blocked away. Kilties got it coming back from our right to our left. Three-pointer launched up. Won't go. Rebound New London.
Crespo and working their way down court.
Sure. Letting these kids play a little bit.
I haven't heard a whistle in a long time, Lee.
Sure.
Last 2 whistles were for timeouts, if I'm not mistaken.
The refs can see the score too, Chuck.
Right, that's a fair point.
Crespo with an air ball, rebound by number 11 for the Whalers, and that would be C.J. Parker.
With the left hand.
That won't go. Kilties come back this way, bounce pass, a little behind. Kick out towards three-point land, long three-pointer. This one no good. Rebound go the Kilties' way, actually, on over the back on number 22, Victor Marina.
Victor Morera trying to fighting for his. He's going to go home and say, you know, I got mine.
I got a 3.
I got in. I got mine.
I'm
out of there. That's right. Jean Two's entering the game.
Do we have a date, Peter Wappy, for the next game, or is that up for grabs? Up for grabs. Peter Wappy, of course, the technical director and actual director of these broadcasts, has of course set it on the schedule, and we from time to time we'll
you
give
have your producer, your executive producer, your director, and your director.
It'll be March 2nd, I believe, the ECC Championships, which I believe are held in New London, held of course at the home of the Whalers.
Is that the Robert T. Conway Gymnasium?
Hey, that's where you went to
It's
school.
Conway Gymnasium. I'm not sure of his first name. It was Bobby or Joe.
All right, Kilties, bring it up.
Which can match PC for seeding, I believe.
I think you're right about that, Chuck. A running shot is good. Nice shot by number 4.
Twos.
That's the guy you talked about earlier that you wanted to see a lot of him.
Yeah, Jean Twos.
First time we got a chance to see him play.
So we have a little French-sounding name there. A guy wearing playing for the Kilties.
Three-pointer from New London's way. Air ball won't go. Rebound goes to New London, number 23.
That's why we don't have his name.
Jason
when you shoot an air ball like that. Pelham hits us off the rim. Number 34, though, we'll have to introduce him to the backcourt.
Minute 36 to go and counting. Again, the only thing here is what the final score will be. Three-pointer is missed by the Kilties.
It's 81-53 now.
That kid's not shy. He's shooting it up again. That one won't go either. Rebound's going to stay the way of the Kilties. Number 13 for Mount Pleasant, Eric Vassell, has fired up 3 threes. Hey, listen, they didn't go, but it looks good.
As does the crowd.
Sure. There's your guy, Moreno, with another 3. This one almost broke the backboard.
He made his first. He made his first. He felt good about it. I'm taking some more, Coach. I tasted it. I liked it. I want more.
All right, New London mercifully going to try to use the clock. Nope, not going to do that. Pushes it. Foul is called. Number 12, Sam Miranda, will go to the free throw line.
And the referee's going to read him his Miranda rights.
He'll have a 1-and-1 with 1 minute exactly to go in the basketball game.
See if he can increase this Whaler lead. The question is, will it be 30?
First shot is good. Legendary defensive tackle for the Waterford Lancers is here today, Mr. Troy Peters.
Legendary defensive tackle.
Second shot is up. That won't go. Rebound goes to the Kilties.
Wow, some former Whalers up behind him, too.
Sure.
Some ballers up there. Glenn Hall. It's
an all-star crowd, Chuck.
The Travelers, man. It's really so cool that people are willing to, it's only 60 miles, but you know what? Beautiful Saturday afternoon. People could choose to be a lot of different places because it is a beautiful Saturday for February.
It is. You're absolutely right about that. And I guess the referees have now found their whistle again for some reason. 82-53.
Well, I think one of the refs called home. She said supper's not quite ready yet. Hang in there, Joey.
Sure, I could see that. First shot won't go. We'll see if we can't keep this game under 30 points. It's at 29 right now, 82-53, 44 ticks of the clock left in regulation.
Yes, we could go to overtime.
Second shot will not go.
Jose Crespo is going to go coast to coast. No, he finds a man on the inside. Unfortunately, he was wearing a different colored jersey.
He kind of got caught in that middle ground, Chuck, where he didn't know if he wanted to shoot or pass, so it ended up being a walk.
Right. Found himself doing the James Brown. And that's not good in basketball.
All right, let's see if we can get a basket this way. That won't go. Rebound by the Kilties, number 22, Victor Marina. Tied up on the ground. The refs let it go.
A fight for the ball, though.
Sure.
Victor Marrera scrapping for that basketball, man. He wanted it.
These guys want playing time, Chuck. 17 seconds to go in the ball game. Inside pass. Gets the roll.
Marrera gets a jiggler to shake down and fall. He got 4 now. He's in the books. That's official now.
7 seconds to go. This will be the last shot. Who'll take it for the Whalers? Up 3-pointer.
Crespo.
No good.
Second night.
And there's your final. The Whalers in a hand ride, an easy victory as they come here to Providence College's campus, the home of the Friars, and blow out the Mount Pleasant Kilters 82-55.